Hello and welcome to the third place decider for the AMD Premier League. We've got MUFC, Rising Stars, and one of these two teams is going to be going home with the third place. Now, the third place is, like the entire tournament is very top heavy in terms of prize pool. The winner gets $3,000, second place $1,500, and the third place gets $500. But there's a lot of matches played for this one, and these teams do not want to go home empty-handed. For one, I have to say, I think Rising Stars have already proven themselves this tournament. They have beaten Orange in the quarterfinals to get to this place in the end, and I think I think that's already a good achievement to begin with. I know you have to want more if you're gonna be going for the top. You have to beat everything, I know, but still, MUFC, they lost yesterday to Zenith. They do not want to lose to Rising Stars because, you know, they are of course invited to TI3, and you want to just prove that you're worth that invite. So, by the way, for people wondering, I will be having a co-caster for the next game. I was actually gonna have a co-caster for this game as well, but Basskip is a bit late, so he should be joining me for the next match, and we'll be here for the rest of the day, because not only do we have the third place decider, we also have the grand finals between Zenith and Tong Fu, which is a game that a lot of people are looking forward to, including me. It's another chance for me to maybe, hopefully see House Queen of Pain, but who knows. For now, MUFC versus Rising Stars. Let's jump ourselves right into the draft. Oh, actually, no, before we do that, first I'll show you how these two teams got here, because of course that is interesting to see as well. We see that Rising Stars have lost to Tong Fu after they beat Orange 2-0. Yes, they really did that. And before that, beat Sun in a best out of one. For MUFC, we saw that they made their way through Mineski, and then they lost to Zenith. And of course, before that, they won from TNC Gaming, and that is how they got here in this place. And the third place decider for the AMD Premier League. If you want to check out those brackets for yourself, you can do so on ghostofgamers.net. And bans, yes, very standard bans with the Magnus, Nyx Assassin, Lifestealer, Bad Rider. No real surprises, as we had the first pick to be the Shadow Demon for Rising Stars. We know that both teams love that hero. If he would have been left in, MUFC would have definitely picked him up. Wow, English is hard. Ruby Queen of Pain picked up by MUFC, so that's going to be their two heroes that are going to be securing their support role and their solo mid role, with a Lone Druid for MUFC as well to close it off. And Clockwork and Anti-Mage, the two heroes that Rising Stars picked up last. And I have to say, like, if you already pick an Anti-Mage this early on, you kind of give away that you're gonna be going for a fairly late game. But maybe that's something that Rising Stars want MUFC to believe, and they're gonna be picking up some mid-game heroes with the rest of them. I mean, I think for Rising Stars, they need a support and they need a mid. So you might see something like a Puck still banned out or something, because you can put a Puck up against the Queen of Pain and do fairly well. But also supports that work well together with the Shadow Demon you could see banned out, like Lishrax, like Lena's, Jakiros, etc. As we see actually the Darkseer, the first one to get banned out by MUFC, just in case. We have seen a lot of Clockwork supports, and Clockwork support works very well together with the Shadow Demon. You have got your cogs that you can just put around the disrupted target, and then the target cannot escape. So maybe they're expecting that and still banning out some solo lanes, who knows. I guess there's a bit of versatility possible for Rising Stars. I have to say though, I haven't really seen the Asian scene using the Clockwork as support that often. So we'll find out how they're going to be using that, as we are seeing some bans out for Rising Stars of course as well. We have got ourselves the Juggernaut. We know that the Juggernaut Lone Druid combination is very strong in terms of amount of push, carry potentials there. You basically have everything you want. They also ban out the Bane. Well, a support, I'm kind of wondering, because I don't think he works well together with the Rubik. But he's a great hero up against an Anti-Mage, because you can just hold him in place and he can't blink away and all that jazz. So I guess it makes sense in a way, but still quite surprised. Maybe we're gonna be seeing them picking something up that explains that ban a bit more, as we have MUFC banning out the Keeper of the Light, so still that other support banned out. Rising Stars up until their last ban, they haven't used any bonus time yet. And they don't need it now either. And they ban out the Leshrac themselves, which is interesting because I was kind of thinking that they wanted the Leshrac for themselves, but maybe they rather want a Jakiro or a Elena, unless they still go for that Clockwork support. But personally, I don't really expect that. Once again, for people asking, I see that a lot of people joined since I started. Co-caster will be with me for the next match. Co-caster will be with me for the next game. Co-caster will be joining the next game. Was running late. There we go, I typed it out. Oh good, there's the Jakiro with the Lina still banned out. I guess that's the logical choice. And yeah, I just explained why, so do I really need to say more? Nope, I can just gloat a bit about being right. MUFC, they've got themselves a long lane solo, or safe lane solo in terms of lone druid. They've got themselves a Queen of Pain solo mid. They need a tri-lane / dual lane hero. They could actually still go for dual lane and send something into the jungle, and I think that will be really nice to have right now, because Rising Stars so far don't look very aggressive in the mid / early game. So if you're going to be picking up an Enchantress or a Chen or something like that, you can be going aggressive fairly early on, and you can be getting that edge also in the jungle with, well, with extra gold in terms of just jungle experience and gold. So I'm kind of hoping for that. They are taking into their bonus time quite heavily. They are the team that used it, and there's the Enchantress. So we are going to be seeing them going for a bit of early aggression purely because they can. I mean, look at Rising Stars lineup. You've got yourselves the save, of course. You've got the disruption. You've got the cogs. They try to be very safe. Ice Path, very safe. You can compare Jakiro a bit in that sense to the Earthshaker, just to be able to stand back and stop your opponent in the tracks. But in terms of mid-game aggression, the way that they have fixed that now is picking up the Templar Assassin, but they don't really have anything else. So we're going to see how successful that TA is going to be. We're going to be seeing an X once again from MUFC. They played that yesterday as well. Of course, they weren't successful in the end. They did lose. But let's see if they can be a bit more successful today. And if they're going to be going for actually Enchantress in the enemy jungle. That could be going for an aggressive duo / tri-lane. Perhaps. We'll find out though, we'll find out. We are of course in the 3rd place decider for the AMD Premier League. MUFC, Rising Stars, one of these two teams is going to claim the 3rd prize, which is a $500 prize for these two teams, as the prize pool overall is very top heavy. But these teams play more than anything. They play for honor because they need to prove to their fans, to the community, to everything that they can win this game, that they can beat their opponents. Of course, MUFC is already invited to TI3. Rising Stars is in the qualifier, and they are the only one, by the way, the only one of the quarterfinals that actually managed to beat their opponent that was a TI3 invite. So there were 4 quarterfinals, I know. Every single one of those quarterfinals was a qualifier invite versus solid invite for TI3. So Rising Stars the only one making it through of the qualifiers teams, and they have once again the chance to prove that they should have actually been invited. Who knows? We have a pause coming up from MUFC. We are missing one of their players there, so let's jump ourselves over to the Radiant side first, where Rising Stars is already standing at the ready and already waiting for the go signal. As we see Super playing the Jakiro, it will be Air on the Templar Assassin. Zhao Tuji will be playing the Anti-Mage. Mofi will be on the Clockwork, and it will be XDD playing the Shadow Demon today. And all that on the Radiant side for Rising Stars. And we jump ourselves over to MUFC, where we see Winter playing his Rubik. 123 is actually Ling. He is going to be playing that Enchantress, too fucking good. Will be on the Axe. Huntress player will be playing the Queen of Pain. And that will leave the Lone Druid in the capable hands of FC. There we go. And FC is the one that's disconnected, so that's the one that we're waiting for right now. Let's see if there's actually anything else. No. We'll do with this. Kind of curious to see how they go with the Axe. Like, Axe is one of those heroes that need that early game start, and if he can't do anything early game, he'll drop behind very easily. And we saw that yesterday when MUFC tried him out against Zenith. I'm kind of curious to see how aggressive they're going to be with it. And if they're indeed going to be going for a semi-aggressive trial in. And it's not been done often, I have to say. I haven't seen it in quite a long time, an Enchantress on an aggressive trial lane. But I have seen it done, and it is definitely a possibility. You shut down your enemy jungle, and if your enemy goes on you, you've got yourself telekinesis and the counter initiation from MUFC with... Yeah, it's quite a lot actually, with the battle hunger there as well. And X one of those people that can just tower skip creeps. Make sure that Anti-Mage is forced to last it under his tower, because you're gonna assume that Anti-Mage is gonna be on the safe lane. Unless there's gonna be mind games. Mind games in terms of Rising Stars do not want to go for the aggressive trial lane. They know that MUFC wants to go for the aggressive trial lane. So Rising Stars will therefore run their trial lane on the suicide lane, knowing that that would probably be the safe lane because MUFC is going for an aggressive trial lane. But if MUFC is expecting that one, they could put their aggressive trial lane on the safe lane, intending to go for an aggressive trial lane. And you know, it can go on and on like that. Yep. Anyway, let's see who's going where. For now, we see everybody going towards the bottom lane. We have seen this before, actually. With oh look, they walk past us. Oh, vision. Yeah, they walk past us, and they see everybody. So the question is, does Rising Stars want a level 1 engagement? We've seen this yesterday. It ended up in a 3 versus 3. I think that was the first game that MUFC had versus Zenith. And there's of course a disruption and an ice path, two level 1 abilities that are very strong in terms of control, but not so strong in terms of damage. In terms of damage, actually the battery assault would probably win that. Bear is gonna scout it out, and Rising Stars are gonna be completely spotted out, and MUFC goes away. Now let's see who's going where. We already have going to the top lane is gonna be FC. He's actually going for a fast bottle by the looks of it, but it's interesting to see. Hunter's player will be in the mid lane, most likely. And it is gonna be an aggressive trial lane, semi-aggressive. I love it! I love that I'm right. I love that they do this, because this means that they are having the plan of not giving this guy any kind of farm. Haystrom goes to the Clockwork on the top lane, who's going to be up against Lone Druid. Now, that matchup will be fairly even until the point where Lone Druid is level 5, because those entangles will hurt the Clockwork, even if he has the cogs. The counter ward's already done. Rising Stars know what they're up against, that aggressive trial lane. Not going to be having an easy time. And we see that, that the wards are here also for the Rising Stars team. Because of course they don't want to be giving Ling any creeps. And they block 2 big creep camps. So now if Ling wants a big creep, she has to walk all the way here and take this one. And then walk all the way back. And since it's her creeps are duration based, disruption, ice path, too fucking good! Running for his life! Initiated on blink forward, the block is there, and it's gonna be the first blood. Couple more last hits needed, and he will get it. It is actually XDD that gets it, just a block that was needed from the anti-mage. Supports no longer around. And that is what happens if you leave your axe alone. I mean, here is still the creep from the Enchantress, and they are going to be going mid now, knowing that the bottom lane can't really go anything anymore. Telekinesis is still there. Air, get dropped down, does have a refraction. Will be having it popped off. Are they going to dive this? Looks like they are. And they will be able to get this kill, actually. It is going to be Queen of Pain that picks it up. Winter taking a lot of harassment as well as Ling. But they rotate. They go top. And X is going to join them as well, knowing that he can't do anything bottom. And now all of a sudden, things are looking a bit up for Rising Stars, having created extra space for their anti-mage, forcing everybody of MUFC on the top lane. And even though they picked up a kill while they were moving towards the top lane, it is still not really ideal, because you have 2 people in the jungle rather than just 1. On top of that, you've got 1 person in the jungle that actually denies creeps, because Enchantress will of course want to have creeps next to her. And that would be creeps that Axe can't kill off. In the meantime, we have got ourselves MUFC sitting on 2 for 1 only last hit wise, 10 for 5 up in FC. So this lane definitely for now also won by the lone druid, as we have got the bottom lane. I mean, we're gonna see this anti-mage free farm. He is gonna have a good old time there. Air is gonna be having a tough role this game, because there's a lot of pressure on him in the mid game. He is the one that's supposed to be... Oh, he's gonna go for this. No, he's not. He's the one that's supposed to be taking the mid game and make sure that anti-mage gets the time to farm, because that is just what he's there for. Anti-mage needs time to farm. Mid game, hero like TA is the one to buy him that time. And I'm not sure how much he can buy that time, because Huntress player already doing very well, of course, already 1 kill ahead. And look at the harassment. I mean, he is just standing very aggressive there. 13 for 4 up on him. Air sitting on 12 for 2, so last hit wise not that big of a difference, but still it is yeah, this is gonna be tough. Anyways, let's see. MUFC pulling the creep, seeing if he can do something there. He's gonna be no, he's gonna be just fine. No, what am I saying? He's gonna be just fine. I'm kind of worried now for MUFC though, like with their trial lane failing on the bottom lane. I like the intention, but you know, they gave up really fast too, and that's of course needed, because like I said, you need an axe to have a good start. If he doesn't, then you're kind of screwed. And right now they smoke up, and I love this again, because, well, first of all, there's also a smoke up for Rising Stars, but they need to have action on the map. That's what these people do. The reason you pick an Enchantress over a Chen is because you go for your early game aggression before the level 6 is there. They're gonna dive the tower. MUFC is gonna be the target. Obviously, he's the only enemy here. Pops the cogs, but is not gonna be able to stay alive. And it is gonna be Winter picking up the kill. Here comes XDD. Might be a bit in over his head. He's by himself. He is running for his life. There is really no way to hold him back anymore until 8 seconds from now. But the creep is not gonna make that. Battle Hunger is there. There's no Berserker's Call. And XDD should be safe behind this tower. Tower on the top lane though, probably gonna be going down. FC making sure that the pressure is on, having the bear of course as well. This is a level 5 lone druid. He will have his entangles if he feeds the bear enough clovers. And we're seeing also tower getting pressured here on the bottom lane. There's no liquid fire just yet, so it's just gonna be the right clicks that does it. Illusion Room does help out quite a lot though. Tower goes down on top lane, but bottom lane will go down as well. There is no fortification anymore, and anti-mage will actually fail to get the last hit here. But lone druid actually got the hit on the top lane, so that is a difference for MUFC, getting slightly ahead in terms of that. But anti-mage is still 10 last hits ahead compared to FC, so I guess he makes up for it in that case. The push continues. Actually, TP incoming. Oh, Ice Path missing. That is gonna be the clarity picked off by too fucking good. He is running for his life. With weird animations there for his helix, but he is gonna be able to back off behind his tower. Someone who couldn't do that anymore is gonna be the lone druid, who actually went down to the Shadow Demon with help of MUFC. Yeah, it was the combination that I talked about. Disruption there, cogs there, and battery assault then as well. There's really no escaping that if you're not on too high HP, which apparently he was not. And more importantly, your bear can't get in close. If he's not in the cogs to begin with, he can't try to entangle people and try to help out. So we've got Air sitting on 24 for 13. On Trash Player, 25 for 7, very even. Let's see if it's gonna continue to be even. He just plays his ward though, so he sees everything.
Regeneration.
And he's gonna be very safe. And they do have the smoke, but yeah, not gonna use it for now. And they need to be on the bottom lane soon as well. Too fucking good. Can't hold on here for that much longer. He turns level 5 actually. Here comes Winter. Telekinesis there on XDD. Fatebolt as well. Sun's up on the Anti-Mage. Manifold is there. There is gonna be a kill. Too fucking good will be going down. Anti-Mage picks up his first kill of the game. XDD though, he is gonna be going down for it. But Winter is gonna go down as well. So that's a double kill for the Anti-Mage for just a Shadow Demon kill. That's not worth it at all. And no other supports coming in, which is very surprising to me. I mean, Enchantress doesn't have a TP, okay, granted. Huntress player also not having a TP. That is I feel like they could have turned this around. Look at how aggressive this anti-mage can be. Anti-mages, in general, are heroes that, you know, are gonna be fairly safe early game, and when 20-minute mark comes, he's gonna own the place. He's gonna kill everybody. But it's only 7 minutes in, and he can just stand there on the wrong side of the map for him, I guess, next to a tier 2 tower of his enemy, just bashing things, and the supports of the enemy team. I mean, the support for the tower is just not there. It's just not coming in time. Queen of Pain in the meantime should have more farm than this. Has got treads, I guess. Thought she would have more. But I guess it's about the same as the T8. He actually smoked up, looking for a way in on the lone druid again. The disruption is going to be there. They're going to do the same thing again. Flare actually is a bit awkward to miss. Cogs are going to be there. Thou shall not TP. He tried, he failed, and he is going to be going down. Let's see if he can do something before it goes down. No, he cannot. Tried to get the clockwork, but couldn't do it in the meantime. More rotations coming. The smoke goes off. It is going to be some guy with a net and an enchantress as Jakiro goes down still on the bottom lane, and Axe actually getting to be in a lot of trouble. He's got no mana left. The mana void is there again. Disruption is there as well. She hasn't even already TP bottom, and they will be able to get this kill as well. Mana void there, and that's another kill for the anti-mage. And the push on the bottom lane, or the gank on the bottom lane, didn't continue, so good thing that I swapped. Jakiro, of course, also going down, so it's a 1-for-1 trade there on the bottom lane, but still, giving the anti-mage kills is not something that you want to be doing here.
Top tower is under attack.
An aggression all over. Well,
that was the sound of your
that's the effect of having no refraction. It's a bit of a shame for him, but Huntress player gonna be happy with that. Looked to be a pretty surprise kill for the TA, I have to say. But enough harassment is gonna make that kind of things possible. If you know for a fact there's no refraction, otherwise of course you're gonna be wasting your sonic wave. Let's take a look at the net worth. Anti-mage, of course, spiking ahead very far, and I guess we still can't compare the anti-mage to FC, but FC now died twice. Anti-mage instead got 3 kills to his name. So this is spiking out of control real fast. Like, we know what MUFC tried to do. We know that they wanted to go for early game aggression so that the anti-mage would be shot down, but not really working out. Not really working out as well at all as the Axe. Okay, living, that's fine. I wasn't worried at all. But the Axe is not really living up to his expectation right here. He is not having that big impact that an Axe needs to have early game to be able to get this going, as we have got a trap there up on the Enchantress. Here comes Super looking for the Ice Path, gonna miss it. And there's a Nature's Attendant. Telekinesis up on air, in some trouble, but the refraction is there as well. Macro Pyre helping out, making sure nobody chases, and a slow from a dual breath. Super running away. And Ling gonna be able to get himself out of there. We do have an invisible Huntrash player around here, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything there, and he is also walking in the wrong way. Battle Hunger up on air. Just harassing him a bit. And they, of course, that didn't turn out to be a kill. It's 6-5. I'm saying it again though, like it looks even, but a 6-5 in a game where you know that one game wants to have the early game, one game wants to have the late game, is not even whatsoever, because in theory it should be, even if it's not ended in early game, it should be at least ahead for the team that wants early game, but nope. It is ahead for Rising Stars. 1.5k gold is the difference that they have. Disruption, Soul Catcher, Ice Path, Huntrash player trying to blink away, is actually able to do that, but yeah, there's no way. Demonic Purge and the hook shot, and Mofi getting the last hit. Now too fucking good. Gonna get melt damage to the face, trying to run himself away, but there's also an anti-mage coming in, and Link, or sorry, too fucking good, goes down again.
They who live by the wand shall die.
11 minutes, and anti-mage has left his lane to get kills. Now goes to a different lane to farm. Almost has his Battle Fury ready, and also already has his tread, so is going to be able to flash farm very fast. Well, of course that's I guess that's flash farming to begin with, very fast farming. But yeah, he's going to be able to do that when he gets his Battle Fury. I have to say that like the pushes aren't really that strong. Well, you still have only one tower down on either side, which is of course the towers where nobody was really defending it, the long lanes, the suicide lanes, or the safe lanes for the other team. I don't know how you know, he would describe those. But other than that, no towers down just yet. Rising Stars has been, of course, the one that has been pressuring MUFC most in the mid lane tower. But tier 1 tower on the top lane for MUFC is pretty low, while the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane not that low. So I think Rising Star still ahead in this game, mostly for that anti-mage. It's so frustrating because you pick a lineup that you know would be doing well against an anti-mage in the early game, and if you then don't get your early game sorted, how are you gonna deal with that then? At some point you have to decide, like, okay, you know what, this is not working out, we need to farm up and try to out-farm an anti-mage, which is really tough to do. It's, I guess, you know, you can try to. I mean, the combination is still there with the Berserker Skull and Tangles. You can still lock that anti-mage up and try to nuke him down, but is there going to be enough damage? Where's the damage coming from? Oh, 5-man push. Ling. Gonna be able to pop a Nature's Antenna still, though. As the bear bashes a bit on the tower. There's some 4-man Dota going on here. With also 4-man Dota by Rising Stars. And their job just got a lot easier. Because instead of having to defend lanes and having to defend their anti-mage, they can just counter the 4-man push of MUFC by just going 4-man themselves. And since they are ahead in gold and experience, they can actually do that fairly easy. As we're gonna see Rising Stars actually smoke up. Maybe trying to find a kill on FC again. That's of course the one hero that they need to try and shut down from MUFC. The one hero that late game is gonna be the threat of them, if it actually goes that late. Because it needs to be coming very late, because right now FC is not really doing all too well for himself. He is level 9, but there is actually level 11 on the other team. You see the hero levels, it's a big difference. Then he just dodged the bullet, I guess. Went to go for the Ancients rather than continuing on the lane. As that is indeed the Battle Fury ready up on the anti-mage. In the meantime, MUFC trying to make something happen as well. They've got their own Ice Path, which is really nice. One of those spells that just can make things happen. And they're gonna go push mid again. Wow, Enchantress really doesn't want her creeps. Just sends them in to die. In the meantime, on the top lane, too fucking good, just pushing a bit. He's got himself bracers and a tranquil boots, but in terms of farm, I mean, you see the net worth. He's even below the Enchantress right now. It's really sad. Enchantress has got her drums ready. We'll be helping out the team with that. Queen of Pain in the meantime, building towards an Orchid. Ice Path hits upon air, but they are actually going to be initiated on. They're going to be going for Winter. No hope for him at all. I mean, the combination of Disruption, Ice Path is just strong already, and then you have so much burst damage to come through. With your melt damage from your TA, it's just so insane, and this should be resulting into a tower, unless there is actually a fortification. The question is, do they want to use it? Yes, they do. Maybe it's gonna be enough. Cogs are gonna be there to try and make sure that nobody's gonna chase. Ice Path is gonna miss, and this is gonna be the tower. With the gold actually going to Jakiro, who is gonna be having his mechanism up soon. Hook in, finds himself. Too fucking good. No cogs there. Ice Path actually misses, but the demonic purge slows him down so much. No cogs needed, and Mofi still gets the kill. Oh, Huntress player made the animation to go for his Sonic Wave, gets an Ice Path the moment he gets out of the disruption though, and everybody walks into that Ice Path as well. Blink forward, wants to go for Super. Can he get this? He should be able to. Sonic Wave is still there, he will be able to get the kill with that, but he guess he just wants to go for, for Sonic Wave still. Gonna be finding anti-mage though, and is already pretty low on mana. The mana point is there as well, and he should be able to get this kill. Boom, he dead. Mega kill. And that's not worth diving and support Jakiro for. Level 12 now up on the anti-mage. He is spiking ahead so fast. It is quite insane. This is of course the third place decider for the AMD Premier League. Best out of 3 this is, by the way. We're going to be having a best out of 5 after this one between Zenith and Tongfu for the grand finals to decide who's going to get $3,000 and who's going to get $1,500. And of course the honor of being the team that already beat each other for, of course, 2 teams that are going to TI3. I mean, it's a tournament like this is the best practice, I've been told. Because you never know how serious a team is in scrims with trying out new things and such. But there's actually money on the line right now. Might not be the same amount as TI3, but it's still not something that you should be taken lightly. He actually locked too fucking good up in disruption next to the tree there. Winter going for that solid hard support role. It doesn't have anything else but boots and a magic stick. I'm kinda, I don't know, I was maybe expecting a 4 staff around this time, but you can't really expect that from a team right now, not when they are not doing that well. As Lone Druid does have his armlet ready, FC is at least getting some farm. He is now going a bit higher as well. He's getting higher fast with that armlet on there. Look at that net worth. We saw it just below the Enchantress a moment ago, and right now he's already highest on top of his list. Or X was below the Enchantress. What am I talking about? Confusing. But he is at least doing best of his team right now. The question is, can he actually carry his team? Can that bear out carry an anti-mage and a TA that is not doing amazingly well, but is not doing bad at all, and has got Blink Dagger now as well as her drums that she already had. Clockwork getting himself the Vanguard. I mean, if you know that your opponent team is kind of lacking that just raw damage output, why not just pick up a Vanguard, make yourself a bit more survivable. Anti-mage split pushing top in the meantime, MUFC. And a rotate. I'm not sure if they can do something though. It's gonna be too late to stop Anti-mage. He is just farming. Maybe when he gets his meta style, he'll actually start pushing a bit more. I mean, he's been in fights, so I can't really fault him on not being in the game of being the 4+1er. I mean, he is there for sure. I mean, he's got 5 kills to his name. He's been in 6 out of the 11 kills. It's really great. It's just when that 5-man Dota is gonna start, the game is not gonna be lasting that much longer. Too fucking good. It's gonna get picked off here. No real hope for him. Demonic Purge being used. Telekinesis, Winter. Gonna try for something. Here comes Huntress player. Sonic Wave hits on 3, but doesn't kill off anything. Ice Path from both teams coming. Let's see if he can get some entangles. Air pops a refraction. Is gonna be able to stay alive for now. And Shadow Demon still goes down to the Queen of Pain. But Ice Path hits on 3. Stops everybody. And now Shadow Demon is back because he bobbed back, looking for a target, looking for a disruption. Hook in, gonna be finding FC. Mofi might be regretting this, but he is getting some help. Here comes the anti-mage. Telekinesis is still gonna be there. It is still gonna be Mofi that goes down. Mana Void takes care of Ling. Huntress player doing what he can, but he is fighting against supports and he's not even winning that battle. And is running himself away as anti-mage kills off a Lone Druid at the back end of the fight. 3 stacks of Shadow Poison, but the TP is gonna be there. Ice Path. Not enough range for him. At least Huntress player gets out alive. But that fight again, it wasn't good. Picking up a Clockwork is nice. But you know, Clockwork is there to be killed off. He is that initiator, that tanky hero. I mean, he's like, okay, you know what? You use all your spells on me. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna be surviving longest of everybody that you throw your spells on anyway. So have at it, and giving time for his team to pick off the rest. And of course that Ice Path up on 3 from Super was just super. I know. It's fun. It's fun. Mechanism up on him already. We saw him of course close to that, building it already earlier on. Let's see if we can find some new items, I think. Yeah, he has his Manta Style, but he's still continuing to farm. He's playing it very safe. I'm not sure if I like that. Because I'm kind of thinking that right now, if they could already start pushing for those tier 2s and then go for Roshan and then go for the tier 3s. But I guess it's a kind of a mercy thing, letting Huntress player and his team have a bit more time to farm up, get hope, get items. As we have got the Orchid complete. So maybe now we're going to be seeing Huntress player being able to be a bit more aggressive. But it's very tough to do because Rising Stars have been playing together 4-man Dota like for a while. They are gonna try to go for anti-mage though. Anti-mage is gonna be silenced up. No. He doesn't want to go for it. I'm not sure why. Oh, maybe he had the wrong hotkey because he just switched the thingies. And they now know where he is again. And there's the ice pad. There's the silence. Now everybody is here. But he just mounted themselves the silence off. Telekinesis Sonic Wave is still there, but he blinks himself into safety. And the hook goes in to too fucking good. And he is dead. There we go. Dead. Very, very dead even. And Anti-Mage, he's just fine. 1800 gold. Gonna be able to farm where he wants soon again. Has Rising Stars. I mean, if the axe would have been with this team, then maybe with a Berserker Skull, they would have been able to hold on to the Anti-Mage long enough for them to kill him off. But it's so tough. Like, you need so many heroes right now just to kill off the one, and that's not something that you want to have. Not a position that you want to be in. Gold graph, I haven't looked at that just yet because, I mean, really? Is anybody surprised? Going towards that 10k mark, we have got ourselves a 10k mark already reached in terms of experience. Basically no point where Rising Stars have dropped the ball that is theirs.
Radiant's middle tower
Link gonna be in some trouble. They realize she's there. Should be realizing she's there. Gonna be fighting too fucking good first. Telekinesis though on XTD. He's gonna be the one to find some other people. In the meantime, it is gonna be Link that will be bursted down. XTD staying alive. Super. Gonna get taken down. MUFC might be able to do something more here. Looking for entangles, maybe. If the bear is fast enough. Is the bear fast enough? The lone druid himself. Oh, come on, don't get blocked by your teammate. But at least Huntress player still gets it.
I do suffer fools.
I'm looking for some targets still. Now, cases, run. You have to run. Too fucking good is gonna give his life as we see Anti-Mage picking off still the Rubik. And they're gonna be going for the lone druid now as well. And they will be able to get him as well. At least Huntress player already blinked himself out of there. Mana Void is still there if they want to use it. Yeah, he does. Queen of Pain on his way out. Enchantress back up alive again. That's 4 heroes dead for just a Shadow Demon and a Jakiro. It's not worth it. Rising Stars still looking strong, still playing it fairly safe, I have to say. Even though they are so far ahead, this Anti-Mage is really fat. 4600 gold in his inventory. And he cares about, like, anybody that he finds now from MUFC, he's able to kill off solo, like every single one. And the Axe pick not really working out too well for MUFC. The aggressive tri-lane that they wanted to try out, not really... Yeah, GG called. They realized it's time for game number 2. Because this game has not got any hope anymore. And we're gonna be seeing another game between these two teams to see which one is gonna be going home with the 3rd place to their name for the AMD Premier League. And we're gonna be seeing that game number 2 coming up right after this one. And of course, by that time, I will be joined by Basskip because I thought I saw him in the chat a moment ago. So he will be joining me, and you will not only have to listen to me, my voice, but also to Basskip's voice. So 2 people better than 1, and we will be there for the next game. That is gonna come up very soon, as long as FC disconnects.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, he does.
is under
Okay,
attack.
so we're gonna have the right throne exploding very soon. Of course, my name is Sheever. If you want to support me, you can do so by subscribing to my YouTube. On youtube.com/SheeverGaming. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook under the same name of SheeverGaming. And you can also just watch here and press the follow button and just enjoy my cast. That's also supporting me. Oh, and not having ad block is supporting
Dire's
me as
middle
well.
tower is under attack.
And yeah.
Radiant
Let's bring out game number 2 and look production value. Boo! There we go. Just putting the commentator's name in there for the next game, as we will of course be 2. So stick around. Game number 2 gonna come up real fast. Don't go anywhere.